Have you ever felt that even when you have everything, something still feels missing? That was the story of King Arion. His halls glittered with gold, his soldiers obeyed without question, and his people whispered his name with respect. But every evening, when the sun spilled its last golden light over the mountains, Arion stood alone on his balcony, feeling a silence he could not escape. He whispered the same words every night. What if I could always know the right time to act, the person who truly matters, and the one thing I must never forget to do? The question was like an itch in his soul that no amount of wealth could scratch. Finally, he summoned the wisest men of the kingdom, scholars, priests, philosophers. Some said the right time was when the stars aligned. Others said it was only after years of planning. Some swore the most important person was the king's advisor. Others claimed it was the people. And the most important thing to do? Answers poured in like rain. Conquer more lands, seek knowledge, build monuments to last forever. Arion listened to them all, yet inside he felt nothing but disappointment. None of their answers eased his restless heart. That night, unable to sleep, he remembered whispers of a hermit, an old man living in the forest, said to know truths deeper than books or crowns. And so Arion left his palace behind, stripped of robes, crown, and army. Alone he rode into the wilderness. But the forest was no easy place. Days passed, the roads disappeared, and shadows whispered around him. His golden sandals grew muddy, his silken clothes tore, and he laughed at himself bitterly. A king who cannot even find a hermit. And yet, somewhere inside, curiosity pulled him forward, until, at last, he found the hermit, a frail figure named Ammon, bent over the soil with a spade. Arion approached, breathless from his journey. "I have come to ask you 3 questions." But Ammon only glanced at him, gave a faint smile, and returned to digging. The king repeated himself louder. Again, silence. Frustrated, Arion sighed. Then he noticed the hermit's shaking hands struggling with the spade. Something stirred in him, something he hadn't felt in years. He took the spade and began digging beside the old man. The sun rose high, hours passed, still no answer came. Sweat soaked Arion's brow, and a strange thought tickled his mind. Perhaps this is the hermit's test. But before he could speak, the forest itself seemed to exhale. Branches stirred, and from the shadows stumbled a man, bloodied, weak, collapsing toward the earth. And that is where the real answers began to unfold. Who is the wounded man? What does this mean for the king? End of part 1.